35. And Hereth is over the age of 35. I think he's 37, 38, around there. You don't like the ball around your face. I'm telling you, you don't. And he's just bowling little half volleys. Now, it's either bang his toes off or try and get the ball around his snout. Now, at the moment, they're just bowling little stuff on a length here. He's got to get a little bit more aggressive to him, rough him up a bit.
Roy's there. A foot higher. That's what was needed.
Yeah, just couldn't get it up, could he? Here's a good batting deck. It normally is here, isn't it, on the second day here, Russell?
It tends to be. The best days to bat basically are the second day and probably a little bit of the third day. Few cracks opening up. They're not going to play a part at all at this point.
There's a science in reading the pitch with you guys over here in the subcontinent. You read it a lot better than we do.
Few patches there.
Yeah.
That's where the two-pace nature comes in. And there's also two different types of grass on the pitch. You can expect it to behave slightly different.
I reckon there's a new book for you there, Russell. The pitch doctor, just going around and just, how do you read pitches in the subcontinent or in Australia? Because it is a science, it really is, knowing what type of bowlers are used on these type of pitches. This one here, I normally see it, it's very hard. It's always hard here. It normally has a bit more grass on it, but it doesn't on this occasion.
Yeah, but everyone you spoke to out there, batsman or bowler, they all said it was tough to time the ball. 244 for 7. .44 for 7. Chandimal taking his time. Both batsmen know that every run's going to count. Partnership 49. Crucial runs for the 8th wicket. Both batsmen playing for each other.
Now, is there one fielding spot that you would not like to be fielding right now when Hereth is on strike, Russell?
You don't need a book. You don't need to read anything. It's just that short leg fielder because he likes to play that sweep shot. Don't think he nicked that. A bit of excitement behind the stumps. There we go. That's the shot you're talking about. He's taken that broom out with him once again.
I'm not kidding. If I was a bat pad, I'll be in there with my eyes shut, because you know that look. He said thank you. Did you see that? Oh, it's just wonderful. Boy, Ragged, he's trying to get out of the way, and the bat pad just said thanks very much and gave him a high five.
Should come back for 2. No, it doesn't. Very good work in the deep. It's Taijul Islam. That's the 50 partnership. They've taken their time, but it's been that type of pitch where you have to work hard for your runs. It's taken them 138 balls.
Look at this. He said they're having a little chat. Please don't hit me. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. I love it. Fantastic.
Well, yesterday it was Imrul Kais who was there. He took a couple of blows. He's not there anymore. He's fine, just had a bit of ice on his legs. Now Shabir Rahman in the firing line. 85 for 7.
Ketika diutulis sepatu di Oke Panahir, Lakunu Panahir, Sabatu Tane, Bata Kanorang Hirasa, Dinesh Chandima. That's a 50 partnership between the skipper and Dinesh Chandima.
Eight overs bowled. Sri Lanka taking their time. Oh, there he is, the fourth umpire. Got very agitated this morning, Ruchirapalli Guruge. Wow, it was funny. There he is. Just got a comment off Courtney Walsh during the pitch report. Trying to do his job, making sure we don't get on the pitch. No one's allowed on the pitch except the captains. Gee, for a moment I thought he'd spoiled our picture.
Yeah, they must admit they do kick. I can understand the traffic were trying to look after the pitch. There's no problem with that at all. But there you were. Look where the guys. He's on sort of on a length. The big fella. But he's behind the 5 foot line, and that's because he's a bowler. Huh?
I think he's taken a step or two too much. I just asked him a question, and here he was looking down on me. Scary it was.
Don't worry, he was a scary individual, Courtney Walsh. Not now, short, just filled. Geez, that's had a good batting track it is. That's fallen a long way short. Second slip. There he is on the right.
What's scary about him now? He's not got any ball in his hand.
Isn't it amazing, depending on how fast you bowl, if you bowl really fast, batsmen always called you by your first name. But if you bowled average, they say they give you the nickname or their surname.
So if we played against each other, what would you call me?
Cannon fodder. But you asked for it.
Well, there was a left-arm spinner. I don't want to mention his name. I know the Aussies called him, oh, Santa Claus. Especially Haydos. Haydos, oh, Santa Claus is playing.
Because it's always Michael Holding, and everyone called him Mikey or Malcolm Marsh. Oh, it's Melky. And of course, Courtney Walsh. It's, hey, Courtney, man. No one called him. Oh, there's a bit of Amby and Kurtz. No one called Lily. It's always DK or the great one.
Good morning, sir.
Correct. Yeah. Lots of respect for guys who bowled 150 kilometres an hour.
In the fast bowlers club, they wouldn't bowl bouncers at each other, would they?
I remember playing against Sir Richard Hadley. The only things I've said to Sir Richard was hi, and Sir Richard Hadley, after 2 balls, said, see ya. That's all he said to me. It only took him 3 or 4 balls to get me. See ya, Dino.
Siya in Sri Lankan means grandfather, so he's called you an old man.
Well, I am.
247 for 7. went with the shot. That made it easy for Chandimal. Had it covered all the while.
Oh, Rangana Harris was having the biggest snooze at the bowler's end there. He was watching the ball. He was given the... Watching how he's watching the ball where it's going. He knows he's in trouble here. He can't get going at all. A good throw there would have had him. And it was a poor throw, sadly. Got to concentrate. Put session after session after session. He was panicking now. He thought he was gone.
Chandimal's into the 90s. Has 700s to his name.
Now, that's a sign of frustration to me. Maybe because of the running of the previous ball, he hasn't made a good decision and his heart's going a little bit. Wasn't a good shot from Rangana. I always said that whenever you're running hard between the wickets, really run a long way past the keeper so you can take your time coming back to the crease to get your heart rate down so you make good decisions on the next ball. Very important you do that.
It's just like in rugby. If your place kicker scores the try, sometimes if you have another option, they go to him because the adrenaline is pumping. You want him to be calm. You want the extra points with the kick.
Well, you're talking about a game I'm not too familiar.
You Aussie or what?
No, not really.
He's not taking another quick one.
And it's stifling Chandimal because he wants to take some quick singles. He's in the 90s now and Harith is not getting off his bat. And it's frustrating him a little bit. There's no doubt it is.
Chandimal has never been dismissed in the 90s.
There it is. Commentator's curse.
249 for 7.
घर में होते हुए भी आप घर में नहीं होते और ऑफिस का खाता भी घर में ही ले आते हैं।
मैडम घर का ही खाता है। क्रेडिट कार्ड्स के बिल पे करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ और अकाउंट में इतने पैसे नहीं हैं। कर्ज के बोझ तले दब चुका हूँ।
आप परेशान क्यों हो रहे हैं? टीवी पर उरा का ऐड आता है। पता है 60% तक कर्ज माफ करवा देते हैं।
मिला हम एक पैसा नहीं लेते जब तक आपका कर्जा माफ नहीं करवा देते। पूरा।
Lots of school kids in. It's always good to see kids at the cricket. Go away, try to imitate their heroes out here. Mustafizur Rahman's out to the attack. It's Subhashish Roy. All pretty quick yesterday. He's had a good balance today, Dinesh Chandimal. Not only today, this innings. Where rarely has he put a foot down. Positive in defense and attack.
There's the red balls there, of course, signifying just dot balls. But runs, and he's whipped it off his legs. Anything on middle and leg stump he's gone at, really. Being very, against great discipline there against the seamers. Shows me his defensive skills good. I love his stance. Look at that stance. The back lift there, just eyes level. Allows him to line to him and make him chase the ball. Now, I like this change. I would have brought him on a lot earlier, Subhashish, because I think he can rough up Rangana Harith a little.
Not carrying to Mustafizur. Mushfiqur, I beg your pardon. Met him yesterday. He's in Colombo. I gave him some advice, Dino. Told him that he and his good mate, Kumar, should be playing cricket for another 5 to 8 years. That they got a lot of cricket in them, Dino. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I do. And it'll be good for you too, Russell, because that means you'll have a job for the next 5 to 8 years if they continue to keep playing.
Oh, you see through me. That's what I had at the back of my mind. I certainly did. That's what I had in my mind when I told them that.
Oh, you're a beauty. You really are. Maybe 10 years they
To
can
the
play
point,
for.
you know, I'm always to the point.
No, he's one of the great players, and one of the great times I've actually had the chance to see him when he played his last Test match. I think it was against Pakistan at SEC, and we spoke to him for about a good hour about his highlights and what it was like for him to become a Test cricketer. Jay Vodana been absolutely brilliant ambassador for his country and for cricket.
He's off next week. He's got a new role, and I think a wonderful role too. He'll do really well. Coach of Mumbai Indians. A lot of pressure on him, but I think he's got the goods to deliver.
Well, you hope he does, because that means if he doesn't, he'll be looking for a commentator's job. So
you really think I'll get the flick?
No, you won't. You're too good at your job, mate. You're more likely you'll get mine. A lot of people will agree with that. So around the wicket here. 2 back for the hook. Let's see if he bowls a couple of bounces. Oh, he takes a quick single.
Well, he hit it, didn't he? Not at the non-strikers end. That's 250 for Sri Lanka.
With that single, 250 up for Sri Lanka.
Just hasn't hit one right in the middle yet, Chandimal, today. He's just trying to get himself in. I think he's just been a little bit too careful for me. End of the over. 250 for 7.
Now have a look at that average runs and wickets at Pisara Oval. Yesterday similar. 241 for 7 is the average. They scored 238 for 7. That's fine. But today, on a second day, a lot of wickets, much less runs. But the way things have gone so far, it looks like that this is probably the best pitch to bat on the second day of this Test match. Oh! Has he got it? Yes, he has. There you go. First delivery. And he nicks it, and a couple of bounces, but he managed to hold on to it. So Mushaka takes the catch. And Bangladesh, what they were hoping for has been delivered by Shakib Al Hasan. So he's sent back the captain, Rangana Harat. I thought he's played a very useful knock. So he's gone in Sri Lanka, 250 for 8.
Bangladesh getting the breakthrough this morning. Attar Ali Khan doing the job. They were looking to see where the wicket was going to come from. First ball, Attar comes in. A little bobble by Shomoshaka in the slips, but he's been good in the slips.
Yeah, I think he did a pretty decent job with the bat. He scored 25. So it's Sri Lanka now, 8 down for 250. picked up in the 11 for Sri Lanka. Suranga Lakmal has come into bat. Well, his job is to stay as long as possible with Chandimal. That's what he would be looking forward to. But he's on strike, and Shakib Al Hasan will be looking to wrap this quickly. He's bowled well he's bowled 4 overs today. It's given us 7 runs, and he's here because of this. That's how he picked up Rangana Herath. Yeah, this ball probably just moving away from the left-hander, inducing that edge, and then Somo Shakar picking up that catch. Good lengths as well. Maybe a little bit quicker, but somehow Somo handles it in the end pretty well. He's a happy man, and why not? Because this partnership was looking threatening. Has been a very good partnership. So 8 down to 250. They need to pick up the last 2 wickets as quickly as possible, Bangladesh.
Well, Suranga Lakmal's first job this morning will be to see Dinesh Chandimal through to his 100. Chandi will be hoping that Suranga hangs around for long enough.
Yeah, 3 men in the front. Has got a large shout, but I reckon that's just missing the leg stump. Bit quicker from Shakib Al Hasan. He'll be wanting to attack the stumps. Mushfiqur Rahim behind the stumps likes it. Better getting the batsman onto the front foot.
Got a brand new bat in his hand, Suranga Lakmal. You don't often see fast bowlers getting a nice piece of willow in their hands.
Again, a bit of a drift from Shakib to the pads.
I reckon Shakib's releasing it with a seam-up position. Couple of deliveries, that's why he's getting the drift and a bit of curve into the right-hander.
Got a bit of a rev, a few more revs on that occasion from Shakib Al Hasan, turning out to be a really good over. That's what they did in the first innings, especially in the first session when Bangladesh bowled. Bit short, but will not be able to open up his account. Maiden and a wicket in that over from Shakib. 250 for 8. It has been a gritty knock under pressure. Dinesh Chandimal unbeaten on 90, but he hasn't got too many batsmen around. Already 8 down, so he'd be certainly looking to pick up his 100. He enjoys batting against Bangladesh. He's got a terrific record against Bangladesh. Dinesh Chandimal. Subhashish Roy just bowled a single over today. Just one slip in a gully, which is pretty close. Now, what will be going in his mind as Dinesh Chandimal? They're talking about the release, Jihan.
This is Herath's dismissal. See, just one finger on the seam. That's very unusual for a spin bowler. So it's obviously something that he's been practicing in the nets. And you can see a little bit movement away from the left-hander. So it's not just spin all the time that's going to get you wickets. That's wonderful variation from Shakib.
Yeah, that's not conventional spin, and he pointed it out. Yes, I tried to bowl that, and that's something that he has been trying to develop, and he bowled that beautifully. And if you look at the grip, and you spotted it straight away, Jihan, and really good. You look at the release point, just at the very last one, you can see that's just one finger, and that look at the seam position, just like trying to bowl the seam away from the left hand, and that's exactly what it did. It pitched and that's moved away, and Herat didn't pick it up. And it's a really good piece of bowling. Short, pulled away, 4. Presenting an opportunity to pick up a boundary, and he gets closer. Moves on to 94.
He smashed that in front of Suranga Lakma's presence at the crease has probably prompted Dinesh Chandimal to open up a little bit.
It's a poor delivery. It stood up very nicely. There was a man in the deep, but he hit that in front of the square. Very well struck.
The wicket has slowed down a bit. Chandimal having plenty of time to rock back onto his back foot and smash that in front of square.
You know that he'll be looking to pick up those 6 runs to get to a milestone of picking up another 100. But you look at that from first 20 faced 42 deliveries, 44 the next 20. Again, it took a little bit while because he knew the wickets were falling around, so he changed gears. But he's played a very crucial role. I mean, that's what Graham Ford has already mentioned. I was reading the newspaper in the morning that he enjoyed his batting, the way he batted, the way he composed himself. And that's what one needs to bat, especially in a test match. Wickets falling from the other end, ensuring that he doesn't get out.